We do apologize for the delay. Now into the headlines. Easter weekend round up. Arise concert elevates Easter weekend in Tobago. And Baby Kennedy or Baby Kingston. Good evening, I am Renessa Ortiz and you're locked into Tobago Updates television news for Tuesday, 7th April 2026. Now to our top story. Tobago's Easter celebrations reached a peak yesterday at the Mount Pleasant Recreational Grounds. The 54th Annual Sports and Family Day brought thousands of residents and visitors together. The iconic greasy pole and traditional track events remained the top community attractions. Excitement stayed high as jockeys and their goats competed in the season's first major races. This follows a packed weekend of activities across the island.
Some movement in store number 5 now by Jetta. Set to go for the derby. Racing for the derby. All runners come forward really nice, as well as call 999. Hard target should put in them. What happy feet is coming? Call 99 and Jetta. Hard target. Call 9. Jetta wins it from hard target. Then
over the last 3 days, many enjoyed the Scarborough Fisherman's Festival, Arise and Lemonade Breakfast Party, all culminating in Buku's 98th Annual Goat and Crab Race Festival today. Others participated in the Kite Flying Festival and the Church Harvest in Bethel and Mount Pleasant. Tourism officials report high hotel occupancy as the Inter-Island Ferry transported thousands for the long weekend. Over the long weekend Easter celebrations, Tobago came alive with the staging of the Arise concert, a 2-day event focused on uplifting music, family-friendly entertainment, and community outreach. Held on Saturday and Sunday, the initiative attracted patrons seeking a positive atmosphere while also extending meaningful support to families in need. Here are the details.
Joshua Powder highlighted Arise as more than just a concert, but a space for Tobagonians, the Christian community, and anyone seeking a positive family-friendly experience. What began as an uplifting musical gathering has grown into a major Easter attraction, positioning Tobago as a premier destination for wholesome entertainment and vibrant celebration.
Arise is a time for Tobagonians, so I want to say the church community, the Christian community, wider than the church community. Persons who are interested in positive fun, positive experience, an experience where you can come out with your family and enjoy good, uplifting music, or I dare say a good, uplifting atmosphere in general. And the funny thing about it is that Arise started with just that, and Arise essentially mushroomed into a product that not just created that atmosphere or created that experience, but also put Tobago as the place to be for Easter itself.
Shanta and Lindsay Powder emphasized that Arise goes beyond entertainment, with organizers placing strong emphasis on community support. She noted that in previous years, families in need receive food hampers through the initiative. With continued sponsor support, the event not only uplifts spiritually, but also provides meaningful assistance to those who are facing hardships during the Easter season.
I think a very important piece to mention is that there will be a lot of giveaways. Not just for persons who will be attending, but the last time we had targeted a number of families that were in need, and Arise was able to present them with food hampers and help out a lot of families over the Easter, thanks to all of the sponsors who contributed to that.
The 2-day event held on Saturday and Sunday over the long Easter weekend delivered both inspiration and community impact. As Arise continues to grow, it not only entertains but uplifts and supports, reinforcing Tobago's reputation as a vibrant and meaningful destination during the Easter season. This is Aaliyah Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
How was it possible for a baby to be born on a Caribbean Airlines mid-air flight is the question many are asking. Caribbean Airlines flight BW005 Boeing 737 MAX 8 that departed from Kingston, Jamaica's Norman Manley International Airport to John F. Kennedy Airport, New York on April 4th experienced a rare mid-air birth after a woman went into labor during the journey. Cabin crew assisted the passenger using standard emergency procedures, ensuring both mother and the newborn received immediate attention. The aircraft continued its scheduled route and landed safely at John F. Kennedy International Airport, where medical teams were on standby to provide urgent care upon arrival. The airline described the incident as uncommon and confirmed that established in-flight medical protocols were followed. Under Caribbean Airlines policy, expectant mothers may travel without medical clearance up to the end of the 32nd week of pregnancy, though a doctor's note is recommended. Between the 32nd and 35th week, medical clearance is required to fly. One of the most viral parts of this story is the audio from air traffic control. Once the plane touched down, the ground controller asked the pilot for an update.
Caribbean 5 ground?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Is it out yet?
Yes, sir.
All right, tell her she's got to name it Kennedy.
Kennedy. Will do.
Because the baby was born on a Trinidad and Tobago registered aircraft, Caribbean Airlines, while entering U.S. airspace, JF Kennedy, there are three main factors at play now as it relates to citizenship. That is the million-dollar question following a mid-air birth. The answer is a fascinating mix of maritime law, the law of the soil, and the law of the blood. Now that mother and baby are safe, it gets tricky for the parents. They will likely have to coordinate with the Airport Authority of New York and New Jersey to record the birth at the first point of entry, JFK, the U.S. State Department to establish if the exact coordinates of the birth were within U.S. bounds, and the TNT and Jamaican consulates to register the birth via the law of the flag or law of the blood. Up next, TNT demands transparency in CARICOM SG reappointment.
Baby, when you whine on me.
Somebody get the phone, go on the telephone.
I get wet. I get wet. I get wet. I'm looking all through the party. I hope I find you there.
Trinidad, Tobago and abroad, your chance to drive away in a brand new SUV is still on. The BHS Centennial Raffle has been extended to Thursday 30th April 2026. And that's not all. Prizes include travel for two to Miami and Curacao, Tobago staycation, iPhones, computers, smart TVs and more. Tickets still only $100. Get yours at selected outlets or at islandetickets.com. Details at bishopstobago100.com/raffle.
Hop, hop, hip hooray, Easter money's on its way.
Some bunnies getting a great rate today. Looking for a rate that's bright and sunny? Hop on down for some Easter money. 1% interest through and through, because we see you at BCU. Apply for a 1% Easter loan and let's hatch something great together.
Hop, hop, hip hooray, Easter money's on its way.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. It's who we are and the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. We're deepening our commitment to the region, continuing to invest in the networks, services, and digital solutions that move Caribbean businesses forward. Whether you are a mid-sized business or multinational player, we bring you resilient connectivity, personalized service, and tailored IT solutions, all powered by local teams that truly have your back. We're here to help you navigate challenges, grow, and achieve your goals with practical solutions, reliable networks, and a partnership rooted in trust and your long-term success. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and the service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At DIGICEL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy, for queens who know exactly what they want.
Thank you for staying with us. In a thrilling TFA Premier Division encounter at the Corland Recreational Grounds, Stokely Vale FC faced Sidey Sports Club in an intense battle that kept fans engaged throughout. The match featured early goals, strong midfield play, and a late push, ultimately ending a 2-1 in favor of Stokely Vale FC. Here are the details.
Stokely Vale FC secured a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Sidey Sports Club in a TFA Premier Division clash at the Corland Recreational Grounds. Delivering an exciting contest for spectators, Stokely Vale FC wasted little time asserting their dominance, with player number 12, Kwame McDougall, opening the score early in their match. His well-taken goal set the tone and gave his team a confident start. Building on that momentum, Stokely Vale FC doubled their advantage before the half-time whistle as player number 8, Shannon Sanley, found the back of the net with a composed finish. Heading into the break with 2-0 lead, Stokely Vale looked firmly in control while Sidey Sports Club struggled to create clear opportunities in the first half. The second half saw a more determined effort from Sidey Sports Club as they pushed forward in search of a breakthrough. Their persistence paid off in the closing stages of the match when player number 38, Kyron Wright, managed to pull one back, interjecting late tensions into the contest. Despite the late surge, Sidey Sports Club ran out of time to complete a comeback. Stokely Vale FC held their composure in the final minutes to secure the 2 points and continue their strong showing in the TFA Premier Division. This is Aliyah Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
Tobago's tourism landscape saw a tale of two sectors this long holiday weekend. While the island maintained a solid overall presence, performance was far from uniform across the industry. Intimate stays over large resorts, that was the clear trend for travelers in Tobago this past Easter weekend. Here are the details.
The Easter holiday provided a mixed bag for Tobago's tourism sector. Reginald McLean, president of the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association, reports that occupancy levels fluctuated significantly across the island's various accommodation tiers. While some traditional hotels saw a relatively quiet weekend, smaller operators saw a major surge in business. Villas, guest houses, and bed and breakfasts emerge as the holiday favorites, with many of these smaller properties thriving at occupancy rates exceeding 80%.
Certain hotels, the occupancy would be very good. Certain hotels, the occupancy would be very poor. The villas, the guest houses, the bed and breakfast, the moms and pops would have all done very, very well. They would probably be 80% plus in occupancy.
McLean highlighted that while regional rivals like Barbados and Grenada benefit from easy access, Tobago's hotel occupancy remains at the mercy of ferry availability. However, the airbridge told a different story this Easter. Caribbean Airlines extra Easter flights were fully booked weeks ahead of the long weekend, highlighting a massive yet underserved demand for destination.
It's nice that the hotels and resorts could be poor is when you don't have enough flights and the ferry service into the island. A lot of people who would normally stay in a resort or a hotel would actually go to Barbados, Grenada, Miami, New York, wherever, because it's easier to get to those destinations than it is to get to Tobago. So for me up here, we averaged about 80% for.
He stressed that for Tobago's tourism sector to remain viable, the island must move beyond seasonal peaks toward a model of year-round activity. He revealed a sobering benchmark. Most hotels require a minimum of 30 to 40% occupancy just to meet their overhead and break even. With many resorts currently falling short of this threshold, McLean warned that sustained profitability is becoming increasingly exclusive, underscoring the urgent need for a more consistent influx of visitors.
At the end of the day, what we really have to look at and concentrate on is getting Tobago busy throughout the month, throughout the year. No hotel could survive and make any money with less than 30, 35%, 40% occupancy. You need that to break even. Most of the resorts in Tobago are not reached.
Ultimately, McLean believes the sector's survival hinges on consistency. With the threat of insolvency looming for properties that fail to meet their basic operating costs, the THTA is pushing for a more aggressive year-round tourism mandate. The goal is to move the industry from surviving to thriving through constant predictable growth. This is Aliyah Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
The International Olympic Committee is implementing a major shift in its eligibility rules for female competition. Starting with the 2028 Los Angeles Games, the committee will introduce a genetic screening process for elite athletes. Here's more.
Today, we, the International Olympic Committee, have published a policy on the protection of the female category. I understand that this is a very sensitive topic. As a former athlete, I passionately believe in the rights of all Olympians to take part in fair competition. The policy that we have announced is based on science, and it has been led by medical experts with the best interests of athletes at its heart. The scientific evidence is very clear. Male chromosomes give performance advantages in sports that rely on strength, power, or endurance. At the Olympic...
The news will continue in a moment, but why wait? You can follow every story, every update, all the time. Join the conversation and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. Don't miss a beat, we'll be right back.
Hop, hop, hip hooray, Easter money's on its way.
Some bunnies getting a great rate today. Looking for a rate that's bright and sunny? Hop on down for some Easter money. 1% interest through and through, because we see you at BCU. Apply for a 1% Easter loan and let's hatch something great together.
Hop, hop, hip hooray, Easter money's on its way.
Baby, when you whine on me,
Somebody get the phone, go on the telephone.
I get wet. I get wet. I get wet.
Trinidad, Tobago, and abroad, your chance to drive away in a brand new SUV is still on. The BHS Centennial Raffle has been extended to Thursday, 30th April 2026. And that's not all. Prizes include travel for two to Miami and Curacao, Tobago staycation, iPhones, computers, smart TVs, and more. Tickets still only $100. Get yours at selected outlets or at islandetickets.com. Details at bishopstobago100.com/raffle.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. It's who we are and the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. We're deepening our commitment to the region, continuing to invest in the networks, services, and digital solutions that move Caribbean businesses forward. Whether you are a mid-sized business or a multinational player, we bring you resilient connectivity, personalized service, and tailored IT solutions, all powered by local teams that truly have your back. We're here to help you navigate challenges, grow, and achieve your goals with practical solutions, reliable networks, and a partnership rooted in trust and your long-term success. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Trinidad is my home, and I always say charity begins at home. So I'm just delighted to bring this team of dedicated volunteers. Part of our motto is that we just don't send relief. We hand deliver it with care and compassion. And as I would always tell my team, the best way to find oneself is to lose oneself in the service of others.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Courts is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Courts Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Courts Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Welcome back. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is warning citizens about a new financial scam. Fraudsters are now impersonating the Minister of Works and Infrastructure, Jerlene John. Criminals are using fake social media profiles to send unsolicited messages to the public. These messages ask people to transfer money into a specific RBC bank account. The TTPS says you should not send funds to this or any other similar accounts. Police explain that scammers often use high-profile names to gain quick trust. Officers urge everyone to verify identities through official channels before sending money. If you have been targeted, contact the fraud squad at 612-2470. The investigation into these fraudulent profiles is currently ongoing. Stay alert and protect your financial information from these digital predators. Tensions between Trinidad and Tobago and the CARICOM Secretariat have reached a breaking point. Following the reappointment of Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar is demanding absolute transparency, calling the process surreptitious. For more on this, here's Jewel Green-George.
The diplomatic rift between Trinidad and Tobago and CARICOM is no longer bubbling under the surface. It has boiled over. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar is taking a hardline stance, labeling the reappointment of Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett as odious. The controversy centers on a February retreat in St. Kitts and Nevis, where the decision was allegedly made without the input of all member states. Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister Sean Sobers on March 27th told Parliament the exclusion was total.
Emphatically put on the record to the Honourable Member of Arima that Trinidad and Tobago was not invited via email, telephone or in person to that meeting where that particular decision was made.
The government argues this exclusion violates Article 24 of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. They claim the matter was never on the official agenda for the 50th regular meeting. For a country that contributes 22% of CARICOM's annual budget, the Prime Minister says the lack of accountability is unacceptable. Minister Sobers detailed the heavy financial weight Port of Spain carries.
Some of the annual payments made to some of the major CARICOM institutions include, and this is by Trinidad and Tobago, the CARICOM Secretariat, $35.5 million TT dollars. The CARICOM Development Fund, $25 million TT dollars. The CARICOM Disaster Emergency Management Agency, $1.4 million TT dollars. CARICOM Impacts, $16.1 million. The Caribbean Examination Council, $10.3 million. CARFA, $14.0 million. Caribbean Industrial Research Institution, $23.3 million. CARICOM Competition Commission, $1.3 million.
The Prime Minister's social media post on Monday, April 6th, warned that her government will relentlessly prosecute this matter. Despite the friction, the administration maintains it is not walking away from the regional integration movement.
Notwithstanding, Trinidad and Tobago remains committed to the revitalization of CARICOM, particularly the operations of the CARICOM Secretariat, to ensure it is fit for purpose and addresses the needs of the people of the region.
While CARICOM Chairman Dr. Terence True maintains a required majority approved the second term. The government is still waiting for a formal response to their March 30th inquiries. Until then, the Prime Minister says CARICOM should expect no quarter. Jewel Green-George, Tobago Updates Television News.
The International Olympic Committee is implementing a major shift in its eligibility rules for female competition. Starting with the 2028 Los Angeles Games, the committee will introduce a genetic screening process for elite athletes. Here's more.
Y gene, typically found on the Y chromosome. IOC officials state the presence of this gene provides a physical advantage in strength, power, and endurance. They argue the change is necessary to ensure fairness and safety at the highest levels of sports. Under these guidelines, most transgender women will no longer be eligible for the female category. The IOC says its decision follows extensive consultation with medical experts and scientific data. Exceptions will remain for specific conditions where an athlete does not benefit from male typical development, such as complete androgen insensitivity syndrome. While the rules apply to the Olympic Games, they do not extend to grassroots or recreational sports. The committee plans to provide counseling and education to athletes as the transition begins. Critics and human rights groups are already challenging the move, while others call it a vital step for the integrity of women's sports. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Trinidad is my home, and I always say charity begins at home. So I'm just delighted to bring this team of dedicated volunteers. Part of our motto is that we just don't send relief. We hand deliver it with care and compassion. And as I would always tell my team, the best way to find oneself is to lose oneself in the service of others.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Baby, when you whine on me. Somebody get the phone, on the telephone. I get wet. I get wet. I'm looking all through the party. I hope I find you there.
Hop, hop, hip hooray, Easter money's on its way.
Some bunnies getting a great rate today. Looking for a rate that's bright and sunny? Hop on down for some Easter money. 1% interest through and through, because we see you at BCU. Apply for a 1% Easter loan and let's hatch something great together.
Hop, hop, hip hooray, Easter money's on its way.
Trinidad, Tobago, and abroad, your chance to drive away in a brand new SUV is still on. The BHS Centennial Raffle has been extended to Thursday, 30th April 2026. And that's not all. Prizes include travel for two to Miami and Curacao, Tobago staycation, iPhones, computers, smart TVs, and more. Tickets still only $100. Get yours at selected outlets or at islandetickets.com. Details at bishopstobago100.com/raffle.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. It's who we are and the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. We're deepening our commitment to the region, continuing to invest in the networks, services, and digital solutions that move Caribbean businesses forward. Whether you are a mid-sized business or multinational player, we bring you resilient connectivity, personalized service, and tailored IT solutions, all powered by local teams that truly have your back. We're here to help you navigate challenges, grow, and achieve your goals with practical solutions, reliable networks, and a partnership rooted in trust and your long-term success. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Welcome back. The Tobago House of Assembly is shifting gears from temporary road repairs to a data-driven infrastructure overhaul. During last Thursday's post-executive council media briefing, Secretary of Public Infrastructure and Transportation Natisha Charles Pantin announced a multi-million-dollar investment aimed at restoring the island's crumbling assets. With the new international airport terminal nearing completion, the division is also moving to secure critical access routes. Joel Green George has these details.
From the high-traffic corridors of Crown Point to the community traces in Mount Grace, Tobago's road network is under the microscope. Secretary of Public Infrastructure Natisha Charles Pantin says while patching continues, a comprehensive assessment is now the priority to ensure tax dollars are spent effectively.
We are fully aware of the extent of work required on Tobago's road network, and while we continue to provide short-term relief through ongoing patching and paving, this assessment will ensure that resources are directed where they are most urgently needed.
That relief comes in the form of a $100 million community-based infrastructure enhancement program. Spanning 2 fiscal cycles, the initiative targets neglected drainage, sidewalks, and retaining walls. The goal is to boost local employment while reversing years of decay that Charles Pantin admits has compromised public safety. The Secretary also addressed the critical link to the new A&R Robinson International Airport. The division is currently designing upgrades for the route connecting Dr. Winston Murray Boulevard and the Killigwin bypass. Because the area involves sensitive wetlands, the THA is partnering with the Institute of Marine Affairs to prevent environmental damage.
Plans are currently being prepared and include upgrades to sections of the roadway, as well as improvements to drainage infrastructure to reduce flooding and ensure the road can function safely and efficiently. As parts of that area are environmentally sensitive due to wetlands,
safety measures are also heading to the classroom. A new pilot program will soon introduce one-way systems and enhance crossings at the Bonaccord and Mason Hall zones.
A pilot phase of approximately 2 to 4 weeks will be introduced in collaboration with the police service. This phase will monitor traffic behavior and compliance, assess the effectiveness of the proposed measures, and identify any necessary adjustments. Upon completion of the pilot phase, the division will refine and finalize the interventions prior to full implementation.
The division expects these changes to streamline traffic flow and protect students before the new school term begins. Joel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Now for a look at the weather update from the TNT Met office. Tonight will be mostly fair, but with the chance for a late night moderate shower over Tobago, northeast Trinidad and hilly areas. The minimum temperature is forecast to be around 24 degrees Celsius at both Piaco and Crown Point. Tomorrow will be generally fair and breezy, but with brief showers in some areas, and a low chance for moderate shower during the late morning to afternoon near hilly areas. Night will be mostly fair and clear. A mild, occasionally moderate concentration of Saharan dust is expected. The maximum temperature tomorrow is expected to reach around 31 degrees Celsius at Piaco and 30 degrees Celsius at Crown Point. Seas will be moderate with waves between 2 and 2.5 meters in open waters and near 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:58 and sunset at 6:16. And that's all the time we have for tonight's Tobago Updates news. Have a great night, and let's recap the headlines. Easter weekend round up. Arise concert elevates Easter weekend in Tobago. And Baby Kennedy or Baby Kingston.